Hey there, I'm Curly, and welcome to Unfiltered and Undiscovered, the podcast where three music lifers dig into the songs, the stories, and the legends of music that may not have crossed your radar yet. But if you're new here, let me set the scene. I'm the punter, the guy who swears that the best music, the best Australian independent music, was in 1986. I've got the record collection to prove it. Now, joining me each week, I've got Braggy. He's a lifelong muso, a dreamer that's still waiting for that one song of his to go viral. He knows his stuff and he loves digging into lyrics. And of course, we've got Rossy. Rossy, the roadie, the manager, and the guy with the story about every band that's ever plugged into a pub PA system anywhere from Perth to Parramatta. Together, we get unfiltered with the best undiscovered artists across Australia and occasionally the world. And occasionally, we also talk a whole lot of rubbish around artists that we already love. Everyone, it's Curly here, and welcome to episode 210 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. We are three old blokes with one obsession, and that's music that matters. We have unfiltered chats with undiscovered artists. Every week on the pod, it's guitars, grit, and the good stuff that you're not going to hear on mainstream radio. This is Unfiltered and Undiscovered, Ben. So wherever you're listening or watching, hit that like and subscribe button because it helps people find us, which then in turn helps people find those undiscovered gems that we talk to. Welcome to the show. We've got Rossy in Sydney, and of course we've got Braggy in Adelaide. We're sort of waiting for our guests to join us tonight. So we just thought we'd start and just if they show up, they show up. And if not, we'll talk about the song they sent us. So how you going, Bob? Let's start with Braggy. How are you, bud?
I'm excellent. In Adelaide, still a little bit cold here, as usual. Freaking doesn't get hot till December. I'm really looking forward to the cricket. You know how we always talk sport.
Me too.
Cricket starts on Friday from Perth, which is where our guests who haven't showed yet are from.
Which is great because you can come home from work and watch it almost a whole day.
That's right. I'm thinking you. I mean, I'll be home anyway, but I think you boys knock off early if you're not doing nothing. And
yeah,
watch it from Perth. And I checked the weather. It looks like it's going to be good. So I can't wait to see what's happening. I saw a picture of the pitch today.
Yeah.
Perth pitch?
Looks like a green mamba.
Ooh, that sounds like Perth. They're a little bit more rock hard, aren't they?
It will be rock hard, I think, but it'll move as well. So it'll be fast.
So we want to bowl first. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. What I'm saying is you don't want to be. Why would you be an opening batsman?
Oh man,
that shit's crazy.
Yeah. You watch it and it's like.
I know, 150 clicks. No thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Rossy, how you been? We missed you. Was it last week? Missed you, or the week before? The other Wednesday night.
Yeah, the other Wednesday night. I was in the studio with Jupiter Fives. We're working towards our difficult second album, which was
it's always the tough one.
Not much different from the difficult first album, to be honest.
Very good.
Doing that. Been doing some gigs and doing theatre shows and all sorts of things.
And fun. The fadeaways played Sydney. Yeah,
Thursday night in Sydney, and it's a big school night, and there was a lot of solar panels there. Like heads with the sun shining off them, as Mick Madew would say. Mick Madew said to me one day, he's on stage and he goes, I reckon I could get my own carbon tax exemption with the solar panels I'm wearing these days.
And it was good to see Mick Madew. I think it's Mick Madew and Ursula 4 now. I think it's the band. Yeah. They've just released their new single, Why Doesn't the Train Stop in Banyo? When is it? Yeah. And they had their single launch, and it was good to see. They played with Dr. Bombay, and it was good to see both Gary Slater and Mick Madew sharing the photo together on their socials. So
I love those. I love both those men. I do know that the Tribesmen are playing New Year's Eve in Brisbane. Not the Tribesmen. Mick Majou is, but he's doing 7 Tribesmen songs, I believe.
Oh.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, Mick. But I believe he's doing a bunch of Tribesmen songs. It's for Triple Z, I think.
I might have to go find that a gig on New Year's Eve. I've got nothing planned. Normally I do a run on New Year's Eve, but not this time. Hey, a couple of bits of news floating around the place. I mentioned to you guys before, we must be getting some traction somewhere because we've had the marketing agency that brought us Sean last week from the quarantine. Have loved the show, loved the conversation, and want to continue to provide artists for us. So
that's
US.
That's testament, Braggy, to Curly stopping you and I from running off the rails.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's testament to the fact that you guys know what you're talking about. I'm just here to try and control the piece, right?
As Maz says to me, you got to fake it till you make it, and we're still faking it, Rossy.
Yeah. So that's really positive, and we've had 3 reach outs this week. So I'm pretty excited about the momentum that the podcast is starting to bring. But I've got some news, and let's go through it. I read on the weekend the fadeaways were here. There was some plane troubles, so I'm not quite sure how that affected, because they played Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and it was
Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, and then they were going to Christchurch, and the plane just got cancelled on them.
Unbelievable. So the fadeaways were good,
fantastic as ever. They're lovely, good fun. Because their guitar player, and I kid you not, his name is Ass Man, like in Seinfeld when that's what his name is, right? He broke his arm about 12 weeks ago, so he's a postman in Japan. I kid you not, they flew out of Tokyo on the Thursday. They arrived on show day. They flew to Brisbane on the Friday, Melbourne on the Saturday. Did 2 shows. They did River Rocks and they did another one. Going to fly to New Zealand to do a Sunday show, couldn't get there, so flew to Auckland, did their next show on the Monday, back home and back at work for Tuesday.
Unbelievable.
Now, Rossy, they don't really speak much English, do they? Because it'd be so good to have them on the show.
Toyo, the singer, does. He does.
Right.
And he also runs a thing in Tokyo called the Halloween Ball that my very good friends the Turnbuckles played at.
Right.
Toyo's a good guy, and he said to me, as he was leaving, he goes, I might see you sooner than you think. He goes, Jupiter 5, maybe you should come to Tokyo. But we'll see about that.
I know that's scary. So
yeah.
All right, but
promote
one of the
difficult second album.
Yeah.
One of the supports for the fadeaways was a band called the Doll City Destroyers, and I read a review from the barman on these this band, and it's pretty clear to get the tone of his message. He described them as one of the most useless bands he's ever seen. I think was words that they were frauds.
They just came out of nowhere,
and they've come out of nowhere, and apparently they played Psychotic Turnbuckle covers.
They did play 2 Turnbuckle covers, but they did mainly 60s garage hits.
And
by hits I mean Hot Generation by the Sunsets.
By hits you mean misses.
Oh yeah, obscure garage. Look, they were just rude. They were pushy, and their bass player didn't even talk to me.
Oh no,
that's unlike bass players.
You are so
the nicest.
You are so likable, Ross.
He borrowed all my gear.
And didn't even say thanks.
No, didn't even say thanks. Didn't even bat an eyelid. I just thought it was the rudest thing I've come across. But yeah,
what a prick.
I've come to expect that from them, though.
So the barman was pretty correct in what he was saying.
Well, Craig's always right. You just ask him.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right. So that was the first piece of news. Now, we do have some legitimately really good news, and we've had some amazing guests on our platform, the Unfiltered Undiscovered podcast. But we are really, really proud of this. Laura Frank has been nominated for an environmental music prize. So for her song, What Do We Tell the Kids? So that is just amazing.
Awesome.
And
it's fantastic.
you know, previous nominees have been people like Midnight Oil, Peter Garrett, Paul Kelly. So she's in the mix with 22 others, and I will make sure I've got the link in our show notes so people can get out there and vote for Laura with the Environmental Music Prize. So
more importantly, will she be getting a run on the red carpet this year?
Don't know, but they did the Golden Carpet, the Golden Guitar nominations this week, and which is my next piece of news, because now is the time to start pushing that hashtag shout out to the boys.
The boys, that's right.
Because we have Tom Curtin and Brendan Radford, both previous guests on our show. Brendan wants to come back on. He's got a new album out. But they've both been nominated for the Golden Guitars Traditional Country Album of the Year, as well as Album of the Year. So that is awesome news. Brendan's also been nominated for Bush Ballad of the Year with his song Flick the Finger. And on top of that, another one of our previous guests, Tyler Rodriguez. You may remember the young lass from Brizzy.
Yep.
New Talent of the Year. So, look,
So we might get 3 shout-outs to the boys, maybe more.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. So
I went to sleep the night before. The night before. I'll be so excited.
Yeah, so, and, you know, just to sort of, Belgravia. Belgravia have just, we are due to speak with Belgravia tonight from WA, and we started early, and I just got a message saying, thanks bro, we're checking it out now. So
thanks bro.
All right.
Young bands and times, mate. Just remember, on late, off time, off on time. On late, off on time.
Absolutely. The other piece of news, so that's congratulations to Tyler, fantastic. Tom, Brendan, and Laura, of course. That is absolutely amazing. That, you know, and I think on our one of our last episodes with Tom, I actually asked him, was he expecting a Golden Guitar nom for the album? And Tom's a pretty humble guy, and I'm actually looking forward to catching up with him next Sunday, and when I go see the Outback show.
Imagine if all 3 or 4 of them say shout out to the boys, and then the people on the red carpet are going to go,
who are these guys?
Yeah, and then and you know what will happen then, Rossy? We'll be trending.
Yeah. We'll be the next. We'll be the next John Laws.
Maybe
I don't want to be that.
Now, Penny Deluxe Sydney band, they reached out today. They shared their new album. Their new song coming out on November 21 called Stereo Romance, and it's. I've got a conversation going on Facebook at the moment with Belgravia, so. There's multiple cameras joining us tonight, so I'm a bit scared, just quietly. So Penny Deluxe have got their new song called Stereo Romance, comes out November 21. We'll have the link in the show note. Check it out. It's really cool. It's, you know, cool.
I'd just say I've done a little bit of checking them out, and whilst they are technically from Sydney, I call them Queenslanders because they're from the northern side of the Harbour Bridge. Our view is we could take the bridge down and call the rest of that Queensland.
Hey, just interesting.
Well, that is interesting because I think Brisbane and the Gold Coast is actually New South Wales.
And
cans.
I'm probably going to. I've been diving into the Cockroaches the last couple of days since the weekend. I heard one of their old songs, and I said, "Oh, reminiscing." And I've had the playlist on full blast. So
I support the Cockroaches.
They're North Sydney.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Cockroaches had exactly the same truck and the same PA as the Tribesmen did back in the 80s, right? And exactly the same truck, same model, PA, everything. And they'd play, say, somewhere on a Thursday, and we'd play the Friday, and then they'd play somewhere the Saturday, we'd play the Sunday. We're just leapfrogging around the country. We hated them. but they got different girls to us, whereas they got like the straight girls, we got the goth girls.
Yeah. You've done the best there.
Yeah, we won.
He just loved the old Rady shorts.
Yeah, they do, mate. They do. Oh, geez, I get there. But what the Cockroaches, they actually play at a festival that Pocket Watch have been playing, a community festival around here. And they're lovely fellas. They're lovely blokes. Really good-hearted men. They do lots of community work, and of course their association with the Wiggles.
Yes,
you actually forget just how many good songs they actually had. So, I don't think they were taken ultimately seriously when they were around.
But girls loved them though. The little girls understood.
We used to. Well, I remember one night, and it was probably the drunkest night I've ever been to a band. It was a Thursday night in Brisbane at the National Hotel, I'm sure it was. And we were pretty legless, but not as legless as one of my mates. And because it's just the vibe, it's just party time, and you're just going for it. And I remember the next day we heard about Ross being picked up by the coppers driving home. And they opened the door and he's just fallen out. It was that. So kids, don't do that at home. It was back in the day when there was less cars on the road and there was less danger.
Kids. As if kids are going to be listening to us.
Well, you never know.
I remember we were doing the Rossy one night, and Bob Wackley went out after the gig and went and sat in the hire car in the driver's seat. The cops pinged him for drink driving.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't have the seatbelt on.
Whenever I slept in the car, Rossy, which I did numerous times, I would make sure I did not have the keys with me, right?
No, that's always good.
Because then you weren't in control of the vehicle. So I don't know who was, but anyway. Now, the last piece of news, and then we'll start talking a little bit about Belgravia and hope the boys show up. On Monday, Braggy had another year around the sun. So happy birthday, Braggy.
Happy birthday, Braggy.
Yeah. Don't put the spotlight on me. It's your birthday tomorrow, Curly. And you're going to be a big round number, 60.
Yeah.
Those names that end, those numbers, birthdays that end with 0 are very important.
They are.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you two young fellas doing a great job.
It's very low key, let me tell you. It is very, very low key.
What are you doing?
We'll probably just go out for dinner. Sharon said, "Do you want to have a party?" And I said, "Who would I invite?" I mean, so just
Braggy and Rossy.
Yeah. You'd have to join online.
That's right.
For my 60th birthday, we had a party at the club just down in the corner, and we had the fabulous On and Ons played. And a pickup band featuring Murray Shepherd from the Tribesmen, and then Jupiter 5 played, and some other bands, and Pocket Watch played, and a few other people played as well. And it was just like everyone there was like, they were all just going, "Oh, do you want us to get up and play a couple of songs?" "Yeah, okay, mate." "Only a go." It was great. The On and Ons were utterly sensational. Yeah, they're my favourite power pop band in the country, right?
Yeah.
And they're just finishing a new record and they're getting it mixed in the States, and it is sensational. Best band, because they've got John Hoey now playing keyboards from The Died Pretty in the band.
Yeah, okay.
And Glenn Morris, ex-Screaming Tribesmen, Kings of the Sun. Clyde Bramley, ex-Hoodoo Gurus, and Brian Morris, who's Glenn's older brother, who's 70, would you believe? And killer drummer. Killer.
Yeah.
Such a good band. Listen to them. You must listen to them.
Have you, just while we're talking about getting old, the reviews from AC/DC have been very, very mixed. Yeah. Have you guys heard anything?
Bit old, eh?
I heard someone say Melbourne was great, but I saw him last time and it was just sad for me. I just felt sad.
Man, when I came back from Sydney, I got on the plane on the Monday morning, last Monday, and the airport was just filled with middle-aged men in bucket hats and
Oasis.
Yeah. Yeah, we've lost Curly.
Well, it never happens.
No, I'm still here. I've just got to do something.
Yeah.
Oh, Angus was there, and I will say he said he's glad he went. He was down the front. He said, I may as well have been watching him on TV. They're just old blokes sitting there just playing. He reckons Liam's down looking at his bank account ticking up,
Yeah, 100
And
mil.
Noel,
100
he
mil
said,
they
look,
expected to gross.
he said they sounded great. Everyone was saying it's the greatest show they'd ever seen. Angus goes, I don't know. I saw the Darkness in the last year and I saw the Hives, and both of those bands smoked them.
Yeah, I sat next to two people and they said it was really good. I haven't heard anyone had any bad reviews on that. So and same with Metallica. Everyone said Metallica.
I heard everyone say Metallica was brilliant. But then he said there was a lot of old drunk guys with bucket hats on each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
And where were they? AC/DC or Metallica?
No, that was
Oasis.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry.
Angus's bass player and his dad were in a corporate box watching Metallica.
Oh
no.
I think one of the big positives out of Metallica is that they've done some Aussie covers. So
they did the chats. They did the chats.
Yeah, they did the chats. They did Prisoner of Society.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I never used to get that band. I didn't get that band for a long time. I'd listen to records. Yeah, it's okay. And I ended up getting called in. I was a backline rigger on the tour in about 92. And I was sitting there watching the show from behind the drum riser. And the entertainment center had this like 20-foot metal door that the semi-trailer stuff came through. And I was sitting against this road case, and the pyros went off with a kaboom, and the door just went, oh, whoa, 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 and it threw me about 5 feet forward. And I watched that band, and I just went, I got them. For the first time, I just understood what they were all about. It was very testosterone in those days. It was really blokey, but gee, they were a powerhouse. Wow.
Yeah. AC is just getting a bit old, though.
They are. Well, it's only Angus now and Brian.
Yeah.
Steve, like Malcolm, man, I miss Malcolm. And Cliff's gone now, and no Phil Rudd.
Yeah, that right hand. So this, three of Australia's greatest bands of all time have to be, would you agree with me, AC/DC, Cold Chisel, and the Angels?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
and
all their seminal lineups came together in Adelaide, which makes Adelaide probably the
rock capital of the world,
the king of the rock of the capital.
But I think you need to factor in bands like the Little River Band. They were pretty big.
No.
Surprisingly, I was about to say Air Supply. Do you know the first time I saw them is at my day job nowadays? I saw them in the Marana Auditorium in Hurstville.
Okay.
And they had Jeremy Paul, who went on to form the Dividals, playing bass.
I can genuinely say, and I'm very proud to say, I have never seen Air Supply.
Me neither.
They came out.
Little River Band.
They came out of Jesus Christ Superstar. Those guys. And they're really good players. Like Russell Hitchcock's got perfect pitch.
Yeah.
It's I have these discussions with people, and I get pilloried because I love bands like Steely Dan. I love jazz. I love all of that sort of stuff. Yes. And everyone thinks it's very uncool of me. But I say my view is I can really admire excellence.
Yeah.
No matter what form it takes. Yeah,
and exactly. We speak with just about every genre, so
we really do.
This is the thing. So, and I think we're opening the eyes for many people as well. So, who would have thought that I'd be interested in the golden guitar? So
there you go.
Well, who'd have thought that we'd all be all over it? That's terrible, isn't it?
Hey, all right. So let's start talking. We still don't have them here. But back in episode 203, we had the first taste of Belgravia. They're a Perth rising Easycore band. And on their Spotify, the summary that you put out there, we're five mates who make a pop punk band to play sick tunes and make great memories with folks we meet along the way. We believe in everyone getting along, spreading nothing but good vibes and leaving all egos at the door. In our short time as a band, we've released a heap of singles, played a ton of kick-ass shows, both international acts and local beasts. We believe we have created our very own unique sound with influences from almost every genre of music. Now, if you remember back to episode 203, we had Rossy that was on Norfolk Island, so he wasn't with us. And we had Braggy, who had the first time ever internet dramas from Adelaide.
I did.
So it was a bit of a disjointed show, but they were just an amazing band. And tonight it seems that I don't know if they've stood us up or they're just genuinely lost track of time, but they sent us through their new single there, and it's called Die Nasty, and we've all had a bit of a sneak peek and a listen to it. So I'm going to start with Rossy, because Rossy wasn't on the last show that we did with Belgravia. So what did you think?
Well, look, it's got that Easycore's in anything with the word core, you can put anything in front. Like there's crab core, there's bar core, like that's how the young folk do things. And assure you, I hear the word core bandied about in conversations much.
Yeah,
Easycore's a new one to me, but like they do have elements of that power pop, but like that punk pop sort of hard rock American thing about going on. They've got a bit of American. So sonically, they sound great. I really found that I saw the ad for their merchandise, and that made me laugh. I like the fact they've got a sense of humor, They've
got a great sense of humor. I think when they were on last, Rossy, we were talking about the song that had before, which was Undefeated, and they had this clip of like a wrestling match. And I was going to ask him, I was going to say, you guys, you're into wrestling. You seem to be wrestling with pop, punk, and metal.
Very good.
Yeah. I mean, they start off, they sound like Good Charlotte when the song starts, don't they?
Great band. Those Madden brothers write a good pop tune. They really do. But like, it's very dense. Like sonically, it's very dense, which is that modern, compact, compressed sound. It's like a solid.
The production. Yeah.
And I read that they said that they come up with their hook or their anthemic hook, and then build their song around it, which is not a bad thing, because you can't have enough hooks in a song, can you?
That's right.
You need, like, the best songs have 2 or 3.
Yeah. The recording is amazing on all their songs. It's really tight. Like they're really, like you said, tight. I'd love to see them live to see if they're actually that tight when they play. And also they've got great harmonies for a band that does this sort of stuff.
But that pop punk stuff does lend itself to a bit of harmony.
It does, but they're very precise. The harmonies are so good. So
that's true. Like, I do love that. Like, I get to listen to lots of those sort of power pop, those American pop punk bands. Like at the moment, I'm hearing a lot of Pierce the Veil. You've heard of them?
No.
Pierce the Veil, or The Academy Is. And of course, I've been listening to a lot of Cobra Starship and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of that. And like, there is just so much of that going on. But because they're in Perth, it's interesting, right? Because
it's a little different, Perth, isn't it? A little isolated.
It is a bit, And Perth's thrown up some great bands over the years, as we know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, Black Eyed Susans, terrific band. And of course, Curly and I, the Stems. Is there almost a better band in the country than the Stems?
And Jihad, who changed their name to
Shihad. Yeah.
Shihad, yep.
To Pacifier.
I'll tell you something
that's come out of Perth, They
did.
The Boys came out
of Perth.
The Boys,
that's right.
Did you listen to any of their previous stuff?
Baby Animals too, technically.
Yes.
Three of them.
Well,
Three of them did.
Some of the boys were in the Baby Animals, weren't they? Or one of them?
Frank and Eddie were at one stage, but Frank, the drummer, they kind of, it's all community-based rock band, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, what particular community?
Back to Belgravia, Curly, you would have listened to some of their earlier stuff. Did you have a listen, Rossy? There's one thing I noticed that they do a lot.
Yeah.
And that is like there's a song they've previously done. I think it's on the EP they did called "Is This Up to You," and it starts with the old internet dial-up.
Yeah.
You know that?
I get PTSD from that.
Did you hear that, Curly?
Yeah.
And then they got this other one that's called "Insert Coin," and that kind of starts with I don't know if it's Space Invaders or it's like a pinball machine. It just starts with the money going in and the Space Invaders start up. And then there's another one that starts with some sort of vocals. And then this one, the new song that we're listening to, Die Nasty, it's got like those beeps at the start. So I thought it might have been Morse code, but I don't think it is. So that's a question we need to ask them.
But Die Nasty is a pun on Dynasty, of course.
Ah, yes. I didn't pick that up. Well done, Rossy.
That's normally yours thing, Braggy. It's normally your thing, Braggy.
I like it.
All right.
Hello,
Jordan.
How we doing?
Perfect timing. Jordan.
I didn't know if I was jumping too soon or too late.
We've been deconstructing your song and we've got some questions for you.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm here to answer said question. Sorry, let me just double check with my cohort. We should be jumping on in soon. But yeah, go for gold, guys.
What I've noticed, what I've picked up on here is listen to your new song. Oh, first of all, Rossy saying, is it a play on Dynasty?
That's right. Exactly right.
Well done, Rossy.
So much.
Some of your older songs, like
oh, by the way, Jordan, meet Rossy. You didn't meet him last time. And Braggy's internet is holding.
Stable.
We're working this time. Excellent. Nice to meet you, mate.
Some of your old stuff, like is this up to you? It starts with the old internet dial-up, and then the insert coins got like the Space Invaders start or something like that, or a pinball machine or something like that. And then this new one's got the beeps at the start. At first, I thought it might have been Morse code, but so what's that?
Basically, this one's probably the deepest song I've written. This one was the first song I wrote after the passing of my dad.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's the East.
It's the East. Oh,
beep.
Okay.
Oh,
highlighting.
Wow.
But yeah, the it's not meant to represent the death of my dad, but it's the song is about me dealing with the grief after the loss.
Yep.
And so at the start, the EKG is myself flatlining, metaphorically giving up on life.
Yeah.
But at the end, I make it through, and that's why the beeps come back at the end.
Oh, I love it.
I make it to the other side of the voyage of the stages of grief.
Geordie, we have a lot of people on that have suffered loss, and they write songs, and that's how they deal with it. Is that helped you?
Oh yeah, it's definitely saved me from going down a much deeper path I was heading. We started writing. So my dad passed in September last year, and we started. Ryan, the guitarist, who should be around when he is in here, about it. But he brought the riff to the band.
Yep.
And it was just really kind of like super punky, but there was also like that really melancholic tinge to the sound of the riff. And so originally I was just like, okay, I can write something, sad, whether it be like a heartbreak or something like that. That was the original direction I was gonna go with, but I don't know. I guess the pent up emotions, like unsubconsciously, it just kind of, when I started like piecing the words together and really started to get the song, it just fell out of me, and I was like, oh snap, this is something here. I'm gonna be dealing with something, So to like physically put it onto the audio, page, as you will, was so cathartic. It really, really helped me, and I hope that's the point is to hopefully help anyone else dealing with it.
Exactly.
doctor, can you help me take away this aching pain? There's a supermassive black hole in my stomach cavity. My liver's out, my kidneys, just so long as I can sleep. Cut my tongue out to my eyeballs, there's no use if I can see. Call the surgeon, have him open me up, raise my nerve and anything to cope with the loss of the person. Wounds that never close up, only hurts whenever you breathe in your lungs.
Exactly.
But it's the nature of art. Being a creative person is that self-expression. It's often self-reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah. They tend to be the songs that do fall out really quickly too, because they're everything's inside there. You're not kind of looking for things; it's just there already. You guys, sorry, you go, Curly.
No, well, last time you were on, we did have Ryan with you, and you were talking about the new album coming out in November. So how's the journey of that? So is this the first song of the new album, or is there...
Yes, no, so this would be the second. The first song was Undefeated, the one we released in June, I think it was, May area. That was the first single, the wrestling video.
Yeah.
So this
it was
is the
July.
second. Yeah, July.
I know a band that'd take you on.
But so this is the second, and hopefully we've had a few setbacks throughout the year. Personal setbacks, I think. A lot of things that were out of our control, like our drummer just got married about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we took a little bit of a break for that, and we've started setting up some more gigs and whatnot. But we're hoping to get. So it's just going to be an EP, hopefully 5 tracks, and hopefully that's going to be early January.
Okay.
If all things go well, because we tested the waters, I'd say, with this second song, but there was something that just kind of fell out of the mix. I think we weren't really happy with it for a long time, and that kind of pushed us back because obviously it's a very important song to myself, but also the boys as well. So we took a bit more time than we wanted to. So we were hopefully trying to get something out around December, but at this stage, it's looking hopefully in the new year.
All right. So I've just got Ryan sitting there in our green room, so to speak, but I can't see him. So I don't know if we're going to have some dramas with this, but I'm going to bring him on screen. Let's see if we've got him. How are you, Ryan? Can you hear us, Ryan?
No.
Okay.
He's probably doing it on his phone. You got to do it on your laptop, mate.
So let's take him off screen and keep going.
Last time we did it, we did it on the phone. It was
as we're listening, we're reading through the screeds of information about you that's out there. You talk about how you love to land yourself a great big hook and build a song around it. An anthemic. How's that work for you? And how do you normally go about it?
So is this Ryan? Have we got you?
Yes. I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you,
Could hear you.
So
he's in.
He's in. This guy here, we just got to say hello to him. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, boys.
Nice shirt.
Thanks for having us back, huh?
No worries. Ryan, meet Rossy. Rossy's was it missing, and we've got currently no problems with Braggy's internet. So, but we are about 60% of the way through the show. So let's see how we go.
Well, I thought it was that. Fuck, did I get the time wrong? Oh, man.
Time zones, baby. Time zones.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was 6
they're
p.m.
in Queensland. Throws me. They're in Queensland. It's on Queensland time. And it's like, they don't even have daylight saving. You've got to Adelaide. That's half an hour the other way, mate.
Can I be honest? I was really looking forward to this shit. So I apologize, guys. I am not that. I feel awful.
You're not the drummer though, Ryan, are you?
No, thank God, because
No,
that's
because
not my thing.
you would have been coming in pretty late then.
Yeah, well, our drummer does that anyway.
Don't they all?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you something. When on that point, you guys, it's so tight. Like, your recorded stuff is so freaking tight. Especially some of those drops when you drop out to just the bass. Actually, there was one song where I thought, is that really a bass, or is that just like, it sounded like really synthy sort of sound?
No, so I mean, I'm sure Jordan went into the fucking struggle that this one was to sort of get over the line in certain ways. It was weird, is because the genesis of it was really quick together, and then we sort of have this thing where we all just, I don't know, it's like putting a bunch of kindergartners or year ones in a room with crayons in a white wall and letting them go fucking crazy. So it sort of got messy, and then it came back together. And then we started doing weird shit where there was like all these weird bass drops, and then we kind of scaled it back. So I appreciate you saying that. The next one coming is going to have even more of that kind of stuff. So you're going to really love it.
Yeah, it's kind of. I love the way you guys start out. As soon as the song starts, you're like, "Oh, this is like pop. This is really poppy," and then it breaks down, and then all of a sudden the heavy vocals come in.
Yeah, and
that kind of blends at the end. The two
much
genres.
of a Jordan thing, which was interesting, is that obviously the song starts with that heartbeat kind of thing, and that, like you said, the riff was something that came together really kind of easy, and then it, like I said, it kind of went. Is it something that becomes really fast and like less melodic because it's trying to convey? Obviously, Jordan went into the story about his dad's passing, and so it was trying to like find the right, in the words of Robert Downey Jr., emotionality to how to convey what was going on, and then luckily we all kind of agreed it landed where it did. So
We're just saying that sonically the sound of the records to us is great. Like they're dense, they're very like. How much of the work do you guys do yourself?
So that's Mike, our bass player / producer guy. So Mike's, I wish he was on here and you guys got to talk to him, but this one was a little bit different in the sense that like me and Mike sat and just did a lot of shit on it, right? And then Mike has got a fucking ear and he does a lot of stuff, a lot of solo stuff, and he really engineered the whole thing. And then we handed it over to Jay Huxtable at Oracle, who's been doing the mastering and stuff.
Yep.
And to finish it off. But yeah, 90% of it was done by Mike. And then obviously Jay finished it off with some secret sauce and other bits and bobs in there.
Secret sauce, yeah.
That's great. You got that in-house though. That's a big.
Well, to be honest with you, it took for fucking ever, because if I'm telling you the truth, like all of us are mentally handicapped when it comes to self-recording. So like, it's one of these things in this day and age that like, if you can't get your ideas down, the way everybody's time is and everything, it's nearly impossible to get shit together. So Mike coming into the band has like helped us with demoing. It still doesn't help with any of the dramas in terms of us wanting to kill each other, but it definitely alleviates the workload to some degree.
but as an independent band in this day and age, right? You guys you have to be a social media guy. You have to be a video editor. You have to be a strategy guy. You have to be your own A&I guy. You have to be a
have to be a wrestler.
You have to be a wrestler. That's right.
And that's that. And honestly, that guy, you know, we always say the boys kind of tag team in and out, but Jordan, not only is a great singer, and I'm not blowing smoke up his ass, but he was the guy who does a lot of that stuff, right? And so we always break his balls because, you know, he's like, I want my dad, so I want my credit, baby. And so, you know, we always tell him, put your name on things, because he does. It's hard, like you said, like, and especially somebody like him who can encompass all those things. And Brody, our other guitar player, does some videos here and there, and Brock, our drummer, answers emails like a drummer. So, but a lot of the stylistic stuff is it's mainly Jordan and Brody jumping in there as well, you know. So we're lucky with that.
There's a strong visual image style. The style's good. The designer eye, it looks great. Yeah.
Well, we wanted to do things, you know, with this, especially coming into this next EP. The idea was our first stuff we had was a little cartoony, almost in the same vein as like MXPX with the branding and stuff, like to make it real pop punk. And we were going to move away from that, but like, man, I just can't fucking deal with. I'm too old. I want people to come out and have fun. I don't want it to be serious, you know, aside from serious topics. But Jordan did all this stuff. He reached out to the guys from Fiverr. They put together some really cool aesthetics with the new logo, and then it just kind of. I mean, he really led the forefront on that of where it was going to go stylistically. You know, a fucking samurai chopping a monkey's head off. I mean. That's the shit people want, right? They don't want a photo of me for sure.
Yeah. Hey, one thing I really noticed about you guys is for a band of your style is the harmonies. Are fantastic. Is that really hard to reproduce when you guys play live? Because they're so tight and you know.
That's that guy there. So the fortunate thing is. And Jordan can answer on this one, and I'll shut the fuck up for a change. But no, I mean, we're lucky, man. Like the reality of it is like our live show, which is part of the reason why me and Jordan always want to play more, is because we bring it live. So it's not like, you know, nowadays where all these bands are really overproduced. I mean, they're awesome, but then when you see them live, you go, ugh.
Yeah.
This guy fucking brings it live for sure, and he sounds good. Without all the backing tracks, without all the bullshit, we purposely run it really raw because it's too polished and it feels unauthentic. So, Jordan, you want to speak to that and I'll shut up?
Yeah, no. Nail on the head, really. We do it pretty simple live. We originally it was just Rye and I. Rye would just do some kind of
in the background. That was what I did.
Some variety to the spice. But now that we have our bassist Mike in the fold, who is a very talented musician, multi-instrumentalist, and vocalist.
Also hairless, so you guys might like him.
That's right. You know, I've got all the hair.
We were just talking about that before. Yeah, we're gonna rent our heads for some solar energy.
He's got a great shaped head, that guy, for sure.
You got to show him a photo. But yeah, so Mike, he does a lot of the harmonies now, which isn't as
looks like that.
It looks just like that. So yeah, it isn't as harmonic as the layers that we do for the production of the actual songs.
Yeah.
Because we do a variety of, I think 2 or 3. We'll do usually like, I'll do a falsetto take and a
those are my favorite ones.
And just usually sometimes I'll just do an extra like higher than the original keys just to give it a little bit more oomph. But when we do it live, it's usually just me singing the original key, Mike doing like a higher harmony on majority just like the chorus lines, and then Rise in there just screaming. But he's come out of his shell a bit. I will give it credit to him, and he's doing some more vocals.
The thing is, it's just filling in the range wherever he's, you know, where there's those extra lines to give him extra breath, especially when things are ramping up for choruses and stuff. I just kind of go, ha, ha, ha. And then it gives him a second, and then it goes, you know?
I thought you were going to start doing Staying Alive.
Staying Alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, it still does my head in that this is all the one vocalist, right? So you've got the power pop stuff, you've got the deep gravelly, whatever that's called, in Easycore sort of music. But how do you prepare for going live with that, Jordan? Like there's got to be. How do you look after your voice?
Well, I try to do at least a vocal warm up before shows and before practicing. just a 5-10 minute vocal warm up. Nothing too crazy, but also don't try to overexert when I'm not using it. So
set selection too. We kind of are careful about how we set up the set as well.
That's a great point. We'll try and plan it, not put certain songs together like back to back, or put a certain song in between to give me that kind of a break, to give myself some time to rest. So, because after like a 45-minute, 50-minute set, it starts to feel pretty up there. But when it comes to changing from singing into rapping into screaming into whatever I'm doing at the time, it's mainly just practice, keeping on top of it.
So you guys gig around Perth. How far afield? Like,
majority is in the city centre, but we've started doing some rural stuff out of like Bunbury, like 2 hours, 3 hours out, just kind of branching out.
We keep trying to plan like a bit of a south thing, but the reality of it is, it's WA is, I don't know, it's probably the worst fucking place for music in Australia right now, and in the sense of like, I mean, everywhere is struggling in terms of attendance, and we do all right, but you got to beg, barter, and steal to get people in. And really, the honest to God thing is like, that's your only bartering power as an artist nowadays, is what your draw is. So when we down south, the regional stuff, they pay you in advance, and it's not based off attendance. Thank God, because you'll end up having more accidental fans than you will, regular fans. So that's a bit of a work, but we've done Bunbury and it's gotten a little bit more successful. That's about an hour and a half from us. But trying to tee something up with the boys from the Bakers podcast in Geraldton at the beginning of the year. Geraldton's a little bit of a different story because, they like, I don't know if you know much about it, but they like to party up there. So, that one will probably end up be all right,
8 hours or so up.
Wow. Yeah, we know what Geraldton is, yeah. So that's going to be miners up there, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, miners' daughters. You know what I mean?
Oh dear.
You know what I mean? It is what it is at this point. I mean, I'm too old for that shit, but I'm just saying, it is what it is.
Well, we just before you guys joined us, we were talking about Adelaide. Apparently, is now the center of the universe for music. So,
which is great. Well, wasn't it Mormons there or something? I can't remember. Was it Mormons or Christian Orthodox? What's running around there?
Last time I went to Adelaide, it was closed.
So the boys that are joining us next week, Down and Out, they're from Adelaide, and it's so interesting to see because they're doing some cool stuff. But they do the Adelaide, they do the Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane kind of run quite often. So they, it's a whole different world. So when they come over here, it's like we're really pushing because we want to make sure like. Our attendance is usually good, but at this time of the year with Chrissy parties and, grandma's, last holiday, I don't know. It's like, you never know what people are going to do. And it sucks. So.
Looking at that, like just the cost of getting across from Perth to anywhere else is really expensive for you guys. Like, you'd fly maybe a guitar each and have to borrow a backline when you got here. You'd fly to Adelaide, do that. But then travel in Sydney, like, where's the revenue stream for guys? Like, I know back in the old days, I know that you could make money doing that. And I've seen it and I've done it. But now, like, trying to make money out of playing live, it's almost a lost leader.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's interesting too, is because, some of the other guys in the band, why we haven't gotten over there is we've had good interest in us coming over and doing stuff. And we were going to go over and actually join up with these guys and do some stuff, but it's just so tough. And that's why it's like, for a band like us going over, it's like, you got to find, we have some mates in the band over here, Electric State. They're great guys, but they'll just go over and play anything. And it's like, they're great dudes and they can do that. But it's like, I sort of feel like you have to be a little bit more strategic and jump in where it's like, you got to maximize your exposure for what you're going to get. You know what I mean? And then through that, you got to sell merch. So you got to, not only do you got to go over, but the only way you can actually, you're going to lose money regardless, but you got to go over with the intention of you got to get the best shows you can get, go over there and fucking rip it up. No matter if you're playing 4-chord punk rock or progressive metal, you got to fucking bring it. And then hopefully people dig you and they want you to come back, and Destroy All Lines is so gracious enough to offer you $250 to fucking go over and open up for somebody. You know, like you really are at the whims of like 2 promoters in this country that do anything good. And so it's sort of like you're fucked because the independent guy isn't putting on, you know, great bands from, and you know, it's a crazy kind of market.
Could be worse. Could be AJ Matter.
Well, you know, I tell you a funny story about that offline. You'll enjoy that.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like Destroy All Lines are bringing out all the bands of your ilk at the moment for
sure.
Good things. Like every band that's like you guys would be on that. Like that's almost like I don't like. No, I won't say it.
I already know what you're saying. I already know exactly. Yeah, I already know, and I'll say it for you though, because it's an interesting thing because, you know, it's so strange because there's certain venues here that have certain rules about who can play and how lineups need to be constructed. And it's funny is because coming up in the music scene and dipping in and out, I've never been a part of a music scene that ever gave a fuck who anybody sleeps with or what gender they are. No, music has always been a safe haven for people who think differently and fuck differently, whatever it is, right? Nobody cares. Yeah. But now there's such this strange push where you go, it's easy to pigeonhole and to do this thing in a market that was already progressive, you know. So it's like this self-righteousness and validation through it is really interesting, and especially in Australia because it's really hurting the market because the best bands who bring it the most should be able to play, and there should be diversity, but diversity because people are awesome and not just because I've heard promoters go, "Oh man, we want to put you guys on there, but you know, we're gonna have this band who's played one song."
Have you thought about a chick bass player? That sort of stuff.
The thing is like I tell stories like, you know, it's like I've walked by somebody and said, "Hey, he's got a great ass." Like for me, that says a lot of things. Like, what? It's funny. I just think in Australia alone, it's just like everybody should get a chance to rip it, and then the age-old ageism comes in where they go, "I'm sorry, man, you're too old to rock," and it's like, what is too old now?
No, it's not that you're too old. It's that you've done it too many times to do it for $100.
that too, right?
That's right, Rossy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a firm believer in doing anything strange for a piece of change. You know what I mean? So $100 is $100. You know what I mean?
The hustle culture we get from those Nashville guys with the hustle culture, you know? Yeah.
I just think it's interesting, like Emile and the Sniffers, what they're doing, and then like along the lines of them doing this great thing in Melbourne, they announced that she's going to be in Playboy, and it's like how strategic things really have to be in order to bring enough attention to get you into that upper echelon, you know. And I think that's the crazy thing about the market is like it's not just great music.
With her. That was always
for sure, right?
You saw them glamming her up right from the start. Like I remember the first time I said, I know exactly where this is going.
She's got, and I think it's awesome that we live in the day and age of empowerment and that we can do that, right? But I also think it's like there's plenty of bands now that are going to copy, and then at what point does it saturate the market from real artists that are trying to do things? It's sort of a double-edged sword, right?
Well, no, it's them in the chats had swept everyone before it's that bogan Australian rock thing. And that's going to wane. I'm a bit, the bastard sons of the cosmic psychos, you know?
Well, we had an interesting thing where we had some awards over here, and 3 of the bands that were nominated sounded just like the chats. And so we said, not only from our perspective, and we wrote a great EP, and we were like, it was interesting because we went, 2 of the songs were about driving, you know, DUIs and stuff. And I'm a punk rock guy. Like, I love mayhem, but I go at some point, like, how do you convey artistry to the guy who's writing an endearing song, or not even just for us, but like, what does that say for the genres that people are into nowadays? It's very interesting.
Pub feed, smoko, blah blah blah. She's a lot more articulate than she lets on, though. She's a much smarter girl than she than she plays on TV, right?
Absolutely, right? And like I said, if it's putting money in their pockets, I'm up for whatever.
Good luck to them. Yeah, congratulations, fellas. I think.
If I had a great ass at this age, I'd be out there shaking it too, man. On the real. I do now.
Well, you got good hair, at least.
Well, that's it. I'm still doing that.
Jordan's hair's pretty good. Jordan's got pretty good hair, though.
I was going to say, one thing that's really sets you guys apart from most other bands is that the lead singer is very quiet.
No, he's not. I just never shut up.
He said it exactly right, my friend.
I mean, you are a very unique band. I mean, I don't think we've got anyone that has all that. It's almost like 3 songs in one, all your songs.
Absolutely.
That's probably the ones that I write specifically. I mean, Brody, our other guitar player, we always said he always like, oh, you say you write all the songs. It's like Brody writes a lot. He's a great writer. My problem is I'm so goddamn ADHD that everything I do is like like you said, it's like I'm all about trying to capture the emotionality, and I'm like, what does this convey? And then when Jordan puts his words on it, it even gets worse for me because I'm like, oh, well, we need to do this or we need to do that, and it gets into this.
So when do we start to see a little snippet of country flavour coming into you? Because I reckon that's about the only genre we don't pick up in your music.
Probably, interestingly enough, the pop punk movement is a lot of those guys are kind of moving towards that way because it's the only rock and roll that really sells anymore, unfortunately.
True.
Yeah, a lot of the
metal.
Pop punk people are collaborating with like Jelly Roll, that country singer dude.
Yeah.
He used to be a rapper, but now he's a country singer. Anyway.
Oh yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah,
the one I don't get at the moment. I don't get Youngblood. I don't get him at all.
Yeah,
that's a weird one, right?
As a metal, like coming from a metal background, I don't know about you guys. There's something a bit phony about him glomming onto Aussie, then glomming onto Steven Tyler, and then him coming from a Disney background.
Yeah, I think it's Justin Hawkins got into a huge thing about that. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Justin's always right.
Justin is always right.
He is always right.
I feel the exact same. When I can't remember what video I was seeing about it. No, it was the Justin. It was the Justin Hawkins when he's talking about it. How people, his fans, were calling him the next Aussie, and I was like,
no. And he goes, Aussie was always my North Star. Shut up, mate. He was not. Yeah. Walt Disney was.
Exactly. I was like, I could see him in the next Robbie Williams, maybe.
Yeah,
exactly. The only reason any of it's any good, and I will say this in defense of that young kid, is because what it'll do is it'll recaptivate an audience that's so fucking
energized rock people,
and then it'll bring the genre and honestly, when he sold his soul initially to fucking get whatever fame he has, they were probably like, the devil said, you got to bring rock and roll back, and he's like, I don't know how to do it. And he's like, just pretend like you like Ozzy, because I'm gonna kill him. Once we set you up, we're gonna sacrifice Ozzy.
That would have been shit. But that would have been Sharon organizing the hit.
But more than likely. But it's crazy.
We saying that Ozzy's contract had come to an end, so Youngblood had to sign his contract to keep it.
Just passed on.
Yeah.
So what about Keith Richards?
What is Keith Richards doing these days? Who knows?
Keith's still playing that guitar. That motherfucker's gonna outlive all of us. He's like a cockroach in the atomic wasteland.
That and it's 5 strings and it's open tuning. You lazy bastard.
I love it. I'll tell you right now. I play 4 chord. I love him. Keith. Look, Mick is still. He's got a trailer. He works out. He still does it. They're still doing it, man.
I know. Yeah. They've been playing the same 50 songs for 50 years. I was listening to a podcast with Andrew Lou Goldman, who was their manager in the 60s when Brian met, and he's going that around that pulp blur song, Bittersweet Symphony. How the Stones have just given them the rights of the song back. He goes, we had the steak sandwich, we gave them the sandwich, right? We got the steak, they got the sandwich, right? And Keith, Yeah, Keith, the working class bad man, goes, well, that's what you get for playing with the big boys.
Yeah, but while he's wiping his sweat with $100 bills, you know.
Bills, yeah, I know, exactly.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to start winding this up, right? So,
No worries.
Die Nasty, when's it coming out?
Next Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Week's time.
In a week's
26th.
time, so November 26th. And is there a pre-save that you want people to get to, or just follow you on Spotify or one of the streaming platforms for it?
There was a pre-save floating around, but I don't really think it was working too well. But if people just want to follow us on Spotify, on the socials, Belgravia, Perth.
Is there a clip?
We're working on something.
Ooh.
Might be like a clip mixed with like a lyric video kind of a thing.
Yep.
But,
Jordan keeps shooting down all my ideas, so
Oh.
you don't want to see how the ideas.
So what are your ideas, Ryan, that get shut down?
Pitch them to us, and we'll tell you if they're any good.
Really, you just wanted to wind it up, and now you're going to ask him what his
You gotta
ideas are.
oh, I mean, it all centers around me doing different characters trying to convey.
Let me guess,
I don't know why he didn't want to do it. So I don't know.
He wanted to portray.
Jordy was actually in the clip.
Yeah, he was actually in it. So brutal.
Mate, we love having you guys on now. If only we could coordinate the times, we could get a full show with you.
He told me 6:30, so I was coming on early, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so Die Nasty comes out November 26th. The new EP, January?
Hopefully, that area.
Probably
That
February.
area. All right.
Yeah, we never know with these things.
Feb's always a good idea. January's people are on holidays and it gets lost.
We'll send some demos over and just come on and just talk about the music industry again for this. So.
Absolutely. Well, it gives us another reason, Ryan. So
for sure.
we get you back on in February. We'll just make sure we're very clear about time zones. So
I feel like I'm married to somebody else now. I already said I'm sorry.
It's interesting, but right, and we're just having a crack. So,
I know, I'm fucking around.
we're now starting to talk to a lot more bands out of the US, and they don't seem to have a problem with time zones. But I'm just saying,
come there, dude.
Send me your address. I'll send you a care package, and hopefully you'll forgive me.
All right, so we'll
Thank you,
make
guys.
sure all your links are in the show notes, as we always do. It's just a fucking riot talking to you two. So we will get you back on in February and talk about the EP.
I promise I'll be on time.
Yeah, I've got no doubt you will.
I will set it up next time. I'll get him ready to go. So,
yeah,
right.
I got you, Jordy. You always trust the singer. Follow the singer. That's what you should do.
Right.
Follow the singer. He's cool. Yeah.
Thank you, boys.
See you, boys. Thank you so much.
Right. Yeah, no worries. Now, if you want to showcase your music, please reach out. We have more and more bands doing that. If you've loved what you heard, hit follow, share the show. We will add the new single into our Spotify playlist. More artists, more stories, more reasons. And this is Unfiltered, Undiscovered. Thanks again, Jordan and Ryan, and we will see everyone next week. Bye for now.
Hey, guys.
See ya.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. If you've liked what you've heard, please do us a favor. Hit follow, leave a rating, and share it with a mate who needs some new music and a little bit of laughter in their lives. We're all about discovering the songs that actually mean something. So if you're into raw talent, great stories, and music that hits you right in the guts, you're in the right place, and we'd love to see you back again next week. Don't forget our Spotify playlists. Every damn song, every track we've ever talked about, rising female country artists and undiscovered covers. And just now, they're not just available on Spotify. You'll also find them on YouTube Music and Apple Music as well. Now, we will be back next week with more music, more stories, and probably some more arguments. But that's what keeps us unfiltered. We'll see you next week.